Audio Jungle.
Hello! We are about to make some dinner for Meatless Monday. My first thought for the night, of course, was spaghetti with a creamy Alfredo sauce, and we'll do a salad on the side. So we thought we would share sort of our way of doing it, I guess. So.
Yeah, my husband makes it all in the pot. We do everything from scratch, and he makes it really delicious. So I hope
Here's how we do it.
Yeah.
Alright, so we get our spaghetti from Costco. It's Garofalo. Tastes better than the usual brands that you get at the regular grocery stores, and comes with a really large, gigantic package. So, lots of spaghetti for us. Toss them in the pot here. Before I do though, we usually like to add some salt in there. It just gives the pasta a little bit more flavor. So, salt keeper here. And that's probably enough. If you really care, you can always stick a spoon in after it's dissolved a little bit and taste it, and if it's a little salty, then you're about right. So wait for that to get back up to a boil. And the pasta's in. Alright, so my pasta's done now. Got it in here. Got a couple things to start with. Butter, some whipping cream. We go organic if we can on any of this stuff. Whole milk, some garlic, nutmeg, pepper, salt. Pretty simple. Only other thing I'm really going to add to it is some nice freshly grated Parmesan cheese.
I grated that myself.
Alright, so we'll start with butter. I usually like to toss that in there because it'll keep the pot nice and slick, so your pasta won't stick to the pot or to itself. And I'll usually toss somewhere around a third of the stick in there. You can kind of do that to taste. Really all this stuff is to taste, so toss that in here. Go and mix it around a little bit. Just to get my sides. Dump my pasta back in there. Probably be a little bit before that melts entirely, but I can start adding a few other things in. See, there's the butter again. I'm going to open up my whipping cream. You can do this without the whipping cream, but it's not quite as nice and thick. So this is good for making it a little bit thicker rather than it just being kind of a light thin sauce. I'll actually put some milk in here as well at this point. It's a little dry still. And the good thing is, if you put just a little bit too much of any of that in there, just turn on the burner again, keep stirring it around, and it'll reduce a little bit or get soaked into the noodles. And you won't really have to worry too much about it being too watery. Okay, put a little bit of garlic in here before we get too much farther. Garlic is kind of optional. I like it to be a little garlicky. You can get away without it. Some pepper. Again, you can really do that to your taste as well. Try not to overdo it, but you kind of have to toss a lot in there because it's a lot of pasta. Save the salt for the end. Do that to taste. And the secret ingredient is the nutmeg. Don't overdo it. Just a little bit in there. It just adds a little bit of something extra to it. But I find this is the easiest way to make it. If you make the sauce by itself, it never really works out quite as well. This way you can kind of judge how much you're needing based on what's in the pot. Pour more milk in. So I want to make sure to get all those spices mixed around in here. Alright, and of course, cannot forget the most important ingredient, and probably my favorite. Got your Parmesan cheese. Try to mix it around a little bit more, because if you don't, it ends up clumping together, and then somebody gets a nice big tasty clump of Parmesan and nobody else gets any.
Of course, the infant likes to try to help.
Alright, so got the whole meal laid out here. Made some iced tea, fresh lettuce from the garden, some onion on it for the salad, and our two bowls. Just going to top everything off with a little bit of extra toppings just to finish up here. She doesn't want salt or pepper on hers, so I'll just leave that alone. And of course, Parmesan cheese. It's great. And on the salad as well. And we're ready to eat. Meatless Monday #1 complete.